Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope-A-Dope Report with a special after the fight box score edition. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. The box score is on Fast Eddie Chambers. I should call him just Fast Jab Eddie Chambers. And against Sam Peter, the overweight Sam Peter. No offense, not like he's, perfectly ripped anyway, but he came in at 265. So when I saw that, I really wanted to make a video saying I changed my pick, but obviously it was already in, so what am I going to do? Alright, let's break this down. It started out pretty slow. Go figure, right? It's a heavyweight fight. It was definitely a little better fight, a better fight than last week, the Klitschko against Gomez on ESPN. This one was on ESPN Friday night fights. It was good. I saw that there wasn't many punch stats for. I thought that Peter early on actually was a little busier than what he was getting credit for, even though maybe he was just going to the body a little bit, kind of softly, and it looked like he was just kind of flicking his punches, just kind of touching, trying to score. It didn't look like he was getting a lot of credit for his punches early. I saw a round that I kind of wanted to give a tie round, and it was like 22 punches, Chambers, to 9 landed for Peter, and I could have sworn I saw about the even amount. So that was kind of weird. But Chambers eventually with that jab, he beat him. He beat him pretty solidly, pretty handedly. Fifth round, I think, fifth round, Peter was already starting to breathe heavy. It was a nice job by Chambers. A good fight for him. Like I said, he's got that jab. His defense was pretty solid. He was getting confronted a lot, and so it was nice to see what he was going to do with that pressure that Peter was applying. So that's a nice win, a nice, another step up for Chambers. I think he's only got one loss, and that was to Pavekian, I believe. So it was a nice win for him, and I give him credit. And like I said, the fight picked up and started to become at least entertaining for a heavyweight fight. The undercard, actually, Sean Estrada knocked dude out real quick. He was in the Olympics. He knocked him out real quick. But even though it was 2 rounds, this other undercard fight, it was very, very entertaining. Let me make sure. John Molina, he's 16-0 with 12 knockouts now. I forgot, dude was like 8-7-4 who he was fighting. But dude came out, he was shorter than him. He came out wanting to just scrap with him, and actually had him in the corner, was just throwing big punches. It was actually kind of fun to see how Molina would react. He was holding his own. He was trying to create some distance so he could actually get off his shots, But once he did, man, he was coming with those hooks, coming with those uppercuts. He looks good. I like this Molina as a prospect. In the second round, it was a little different. The guy kept coming, but Molina started getting a little space to throw his punches instead of just getting, ransacked. The guy just, was jumping on him early in that first round. So he actually kept his composure, then basically knocked him out. It was a stoppage, so it wasn't like a knockout. But I think he dropped him twice. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was a good little fight. So yeah, it's just a nice little ESPN Friday Night Fights card. Wasn't bad. So yeah, actually look out tonight. I'm going to have the Showbox, or I think it's Showtime Showbox tonight. Durrell, I think he's 15-0 or 13-0 or 17-0. Young super middleweight. And then Ronald Hearns, who... Is he a 154 or 140? I think he's 154. Anyway, he's fighting an undefeated fighter that I don't know a lot about, but I'm going to have a box score for that later. This has been the Rope-A-Dope Report after the fight box score edition. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Peace.